Hello, this is Billy Core from the Nostalgia Mall, and we're going to do something a little bit different this week. Something I don't talk about much here, but we're going to talk about an old digital camera. This is the Hewlett-Packard PhotoSmart digital camera 210, and I believe this comes to us from the year 2000. Even came in the original box. It came with most of everything. It didn't come with the CD, unfortunately, with the software and drivers, but here it is. Only cost me $15 at an antique store, so yeah, stuff from the year 2000 is an antique now. But this was really interesting to me because I think it was 2000 or so when we got our first digital camera, which was a Toshiba model digital camera. Funny story behind that is we got it for either for free or not much money at all, because my dad, when he bought the Toshiba Satellite 2505 CDS back in 1999, Toshiba wound up being in some kind of class action lawsuit, and we wound up with a very generous gift card from Toshiba. We almost bought a new laptop with it, but instead we wound up buying the digital camera. We still have it. It's at my late parents' house, but unfortunately I don't believe it works anymore. Last time I tried it a couple of years ago, even with fresh batteries in it, all it would do was just turn on for like a brief second and then turn back off. So yeah, that's a shame, but at least we got this one. This is a very similar one, I guess, in age and capability. This one is, I believe, 1.3 megapixels, so not much at all, but as you'll see when we look at the pictures I've taken on it, it doesn't look that bad. And camera does work. It's almost like new. Like I said, it came in the original box. Pictures are saved to a compact flash card, which I'm more used to using as hard drive replacements, but this is supposedly the original one that came in here, only 4 megabytes, so this would not make a good hard drive replacement. We'll go ahead and pop it back in here for now. It's always the second time around. And we have a connection here for a serial cable for transferring pictures if you have an older computer. And we have a power plug right there. Batteries go in here. It takes 4 AA batteries. And here's the model info and serial number if anyone's interested. So let's go ahead and turn it on. It's a very noisy camera. With 4 megabytes of storage on the CF card, you can only take about maybe 10 pictures, which was a lot less than what you could take on a film camera of the day. In 2000, I believe film was still the best way to go for taking pictures. I was still using, for the most part, those disposable one-time use cameras, and back then they did pretty good in the late 90s, early 2000s. And I think the quality was probably a lot better than something this could have produced, but if you were into digital photography back then, this was not a bad option. You get your viewfinder, or you can also use a little LCD screen. Just hit this button right here. And there we go. It's very slow, but gets the job done. Much easier than using the viewfinder, if you ask me. And we get some settings here. Turn your flash on or off. Sorry, I didn't have the in the right spot. Autofocus, self-timer, digital zoom, and setup. That's mainly for setting the date and time. So yeah, very basic settings on here for a very basic camera from the year 2000. And here's the original box it came in. When I first bought this, I thought it was still brand new in the box, but it had been used. Very lightly, though. Easy, fun, HP PhotoSmart 210 digital camera. There's the old HP Invent logo from back then. And the box tells you what all is in there, and the system requirements. Requires Windows 95, 98, ME, or 2000, so guessing this dates from September of 2000 or later, because that's when Windows ME came out. And you can also notice it doesn't mention Windows XP, so this was pre-XP days still. So yeah, you can open it up right here like this. Has some Velcro, and you get to see some of the goodies therein. There's our serial cable, which we are not going to be using today, because the computer we're using does not have a serial port. I guess this is a neck strap. There's our aforementioned power adapter. And for whatever reason, there is a modern day USB, micro USB cable that wound up in here. I don't know where it came from, but it was in there when I got it. And you can see this lady right here is using a HP computer of the time, one of the HP Pavilions you could have gotten back then. They were also advertising their digital cameras, digital camera photo printers as well, it looked like, which I never had. I remember getting photo ink, which I don't think really made that big a difference when you were printing a picture back then, but I guess it was a psychological thing. Alright, let's preview some of the pictures I've taken. Just go to this switch right here, and we can jog through photos I've taken. These are just photos I've taken today. Some of the I took a bunch more the other day out and about, but I've already uploaded those to the computer because I didn't have any more room. And we'll get a better look at those pictures later. Alright, let's load it up to a computer and see how it looks. Okay, my computer of choice today is the good old Gateway Astro. This is actually the first time I've used this computer since my gallbladder surgery, because for so long I wasn't able to lift it and it was sitting on the ground, so yeah, I couldn't really do much with it until just now, thankfully. But I do have the CF card reader hooked up to it that came with it. I did not have the driver and software CD that came with this camera, but this CF card reader works just fine with the generic Windows 98 flash storage driver that is popular. So we'll go ahead and take the CF card out of the camera and put it in the CF card reader on the computer. And this supposedly originally came with a program called Photo Impression 2000. ArcSoft Photo Impression 2000. I was able to find this on the Internet Archive. Okay, and it's just your basic photo editing software from the early 2000s. Nothing exciting, I'd say. And I think it would automatically load all our pictures from the camera directly if we had it hooked up through serial. Okay, it's drive G. Alright, this is one of the pictures. Okay, that's our WXII cup. As you can see, it looks pretty good, a little grainy, but for back in the year 2000, this would not have been that bad of a picture. For a digital camera, at least. And I will include a slideshow later on of these pictures. What I think I'll do is just do it the harder way and copy his pictures over to the hard drive itself, or SD card in this case for this computer. And copy's pretty quick, as you can see. So now we can go back to photo impression. My documents, pictures. It actually you can actually view 2 at a time, it looks like. Now, how do I close out of this? There we go. This is a McDonald's over in Winston-Salem. This is the only McDonald's in my area that still looks retro. And hopefully it stays that way for a while. We can zoom all the way in. Kind of also shows you how outside pictures look on here. Almost couldn't tell this was taken in 2024 if it wasn't for the modern looking window decals there, like save money in the app. We didn't have the word app back in the year 2000. Yeah, I know. Get off my lawn, kids. We called them applications. And they were on the computer, not our cellular phone. Boy, I'm sounding old. Open the next one. We'll close this out. And this was me trying to get a picture of the Thruway Shopping Center sign, established 1954. And I guess one of the things we can do with this software is crop it. I would assume you could. Copy, paste, flip, freehand rotate, rotate all layers. Okay, at least, well, I thought we could do that. Maybe if we do this. No, that just makes the picture smaller. Photoshop this ain't. But we can at least zoom in on it. Again, this, and all these pictures, by the way, were taken in Winston-Salem just the other day. It was a very, very hot day, too, when I took these. Okay, I think we're on this one now. My finger got in the way of this one a little bit. I was trying to take a picture of the corporate headquarters for Krispy Kreme Donuts. They're based out of Winston-Salem. Created in Winston-Salem, actually. They were in the process of rebuilding a Chick-fil-A, so it was hard to get too close to the Krispy Kreme headquarters. Alright, we'll go to the next one. Let's see. Alright, this was one of my favorite restaurants in Winston-Salem, still open, called Mr. Barbecue. Okay, why won't it let me... Oh, I see. That was the redo and undo. Do need to flip this. This is a vertical picture I took. There we go. And this sign is actually a local historic marker. Again, you wouldn't know this was taken in 2024 if it wasn't for that modern-day Toyota Camry that was sticking out from the corner there. And this one we can save since we did do some modifications. There we go. Oh, there's the crop button there. I think we missed it. Oh, we can make greeting cards and calendars with this. That's cute. There's the water pump at Old Salem. And we'll zoom in. There was actually a rabid fox on the loose there recently, but don't worry, I did not get bit. Okay, I think we're at... Okay, that... I'm losing track here. I got so many of them. I think we need 42. Image 42. There's Salem College at Old Salem. So, women's college for liberal arts, that kind of stuff. That's your thing. And remember, all these pictures were taken this year. Just on an old camera. There's Home Moravian Church at Old Salem. Again, you couldn't really tell if this was taken in 2024. But it was. And there's the Old Salem coffee pot. There's a tractor trailer going by when I took it. I had to take the next two pictures kind of in a hurry because I think I was parked where I wasn't allowed to be parked. But nothing happened. And this was my attempt at getting at least some of the Winston-Salem skyline. There's the old Wachovia building, now the Truliant building. And there's the new Wachovia building, which is now the Wells Fargo building. That was built back in the mid-90s. And that was built in the 60s. Okay, now I think the next pictures are going to be ones I just took today. I think we just looked at... Oh, nope, this is the computer we're using right now. It's a little bit of Inception here. Of course, I probably should have taken the flash off so the screen wouldn't have had glare. But if I'd had a camera like this back then when I was 10 years old, when this would have come out, and a Gateway Astro, I would have taken a picture with it, of it, or however you want to say it. Okay, we already looked at that one. That's picture number 47. Someone is rubbing up against my tripod, and that would be the cat. Okay, there's the Packard Bell Legend 822 CDT booting up. Complete with Earthworm Jim and Pepsi can. Okay, 49. There's the Carolina Circle Mall sign. This one came out looking pretty good, I think. So yeah, this would not have been a bad camera to have had back in the day. But I still say that 35mm would have been the way to go back then. Digital photography didn't really get good, for me at least, until the mid-2000s. I had my first own personal digital camera, Kodak Easy Share, 3 megapixels. I got that back in 2005, and I thought that was the greatest camera in the world at the time. Because at the time, it really did take a good picture. It really did. Alright, last one. This should be my ugly mug. Not that mug over there, but my personal ugly mug. Yeah, tried to take a selfie. Came out okay, pretty much, I guess. Should I zoom in on myself like that? Ugh. Okay, that would be all the pictures. And I am going to move these over to my main computer, and I'm going to end this video with a little slideshow of those pictures we just saw in a much better quality, in a way you don't have to look at this screen to see them. And I'll also include some comparison shots taken on my modern smartphone. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this different little video. Until next time, this is Billy Core, signing off.
Wonderful town, wonderful people, places to go, things to see. In Winston-Salem, that's my wonderful town. Beautiful homes, schools and churches, entertainment, places to shop. In Winston-Salem, that's my wonderful town. Winston-Salem, a center of transportation, business and banking and industry. Really a center of communication, the cigarette capital of the world.
Winston-Salem is great to live in and work in.
A friendly and happy place to be. That's Winston-Salem, my wonderful town. We've got the Deacons, Rams, and Red Sox.
We picnic at Tanglewood Park.
Piedmont Bowling's ball, and hear this, y'all.
Winston-Salem has WAIR.
Winston-Salem's proud of Wake Forest.
Museums, symphony, and art.
The Reynolds Building tall, but that's not all.
Winston-Salem has WAIR.
From Hardcore to East and North Winston, the choice and view the best of by far. Jamestown, Wardtown, Salem too. They like WAIR. Great Winston-Salem, that's my wonderful town.
Thank you for visiting the Nostalgia Mall. If you liked what you saw, please like, subscribe, and follow me on Facebook and X. You may also support me on Patreon if you'd like. Until next time, this is Billy Core, signing off.